next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight co-main event of the evening. Introducing your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a perfect professional record of 6 wins and 0 losses. He stands 170 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 56.8 kilograms, representing the incredible Fighting and Fitness Center and fighting out of the Philippines. Please welcome Kenneth Smooth Maninga! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 2 losses. He stands 165 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57.1 kilograms, representing our team and fighting out of Kazakhstan. Give it up for Asu Almabaev! Your referee in charge is Zuli Selawantu.
Maybe a takedown coming Smooth's way shortly.
Oh, this double job and carry on is tiring. Anyway, back to the fight co-main event. Almabaev taking on Maninga. 6-0 perfect as a professional, taking on Almabaev, who's currently riding a 12-fight win streak. He is the #1 ranked flyweight in Central Asia, the Middle East and Kazakhstan. Many believe with an emphatic win he could place himself front and center for a crack at the flyweight title.
Asu Almabaev is a very quick study in mixed martial arts. It's not going to take him long. As you saw right there, it's not going to take him long to get the distance reads. He needs to get a shot and then a takedown.
It is crazy to think Maninga has been a pro since August 2021. Almabaev has been a pro since June 2013, Kirik.
That's why this is a rocky story. That's why we are so proud of Kenneth Smooth Maninga taking this fight on short notice. He's doing a good job, throwing some shots from bottom. Takedowns in and of themselves don't mean too much in this sport anymore. Those little shots don't cause a lot of damage, but they're a lot better than nothing. Smooth is doing a very good job of not hitting the back of the head.
He has the butterflies. He may try and elevate and sweep, or try and get himself up off the cage. But right now, Asu Almabaev is putting on a clinic, as he so often does. In his last fight, he defeated Zach Makovsky via unanimous decision. That is huge, Kirik.
He is possessed of absolutely devastating skills, howsoever. I am seeing some good work on bottom from Kenneth Smooth. He's keeping himself completely safe thus far. He's landing a large number of strikes. He just landed a nice elbow, just landed a second one. Some of his shots have been close to the back of the head, but not have hit the back of the head. Brave Nation, imagine somebody with a mohawk, or take a cell phone, put it on the top of your head, run it down the back. That area cannot be hit. Howsoever, if you start a punch and the opponent turns his head, it happens to hit the back of the head by happenstance. That is allowed. Every shot I've seen so far has been legal. Almabaev now starting to throw some bigger shots from top. Certainly from standing. Zulfikar got a very clear standing of his opponent's footwork, of his opponent's reaction time. Was able to land a big kick, was able to take his opponent down. He seems to be having a little bit, less of a understanding on the ground.
He is eating absolutely huge shots, and it is a huge transition from the regional Filipino scene to the global stage of mixed martial arts. And Kenneth Smooth Maninga is finding that out the hard way. Potential might here, Kirik. May try and score some elbows from this position. He needs to try and turn in towards Almabaev.
There's different approaches, Brave Nation, you can have as far as ground and pound goes. One is to go with volume, and the other one is to go with big shots.
Just like that, Kirik.
And what we just saw was the first combination of big shots and volume. Zulfikar, prior to this, was content to go for the rare big shot. Now he's starting to punch in bunches on the ground. Maningat not showing any ability to come off the floor, although he has done an excellent job of striking from bottom.
I think it's better to cut it out. Okay. So you can
Guard pass attempt.
You can go straight to the introduction.
Zulfikar almost passed that guard, but has not managed to do so to any significant extent. We're going to bottom half guard, but half guard is half mountain mixed martial arts. We've got a 3/4 guard, and we are very close to mount. We got almost had mount. Very nice guard work by the man from the Philippines. Continues to strike from bottom.
And you have to give him credit for the type of heart he's shown, but he is eating big shots. And he looks tired, Carrick. He was a little bit labour getting up to his feet.
Getting a little second look at that action. First kick thrown of the fight lands, drives the opponent backwards. Boom, there it is a second time.
I think Kenneth Meninga is realizing that there are indeed levels to global mixed martial arts right now.
He is using his jiu-jitsu very effectively, though. Jiu-jitsu is primarily a defensive art. It's the art you need when you are not on top, when you are not the top dog. So far, he's used his guard very ably, hasn't seen it pass to a significant extent, and actually outlanded his opponent in terms of sheer number of strikes.
But he cannot allow himself to be put on his back again for that length of time. He needs to circle, he needs to use his jab. Last thing you want is Asu Almabaev on top of you for another 5 minutes.
Maningat looking very focused, staring his opponent down, looking to his corner for last-minute reminders of what they went over during that minute in between the rounds.
There is a lot of excess moisture on Almabaev. Oh, big swing and a miss. Almabaev is coming into this fight with bad intentions, has the double underhook, strip takedown.
Smooth going to start employing that guard that he's used fairly effectively throughout the first round.
And this
Almabaev, I do believe, Phil, needs to be a little bit more aggressive. He's going to either want to get totally past that guard or posture back a little bit, throw some big shots down.
You can see huge shots being landed by Almabaev. And this is just what he does. He forces you to play his game. It's your responsibility to get up. Some people may say it's not a particularly exciting style, but it's the responsibility of the man on the bottom to get up.
Absolutely. This is mixed martial arts. This is not Tough Man where they stand you up after, whatever, 10 seconds on the ground. You want to get up, you got to force your way up. And when you try and force a stand-up against a fighter with a skill level of Asu Zulfikar Almabaev, it is a tall order.
Big shots again from Almabaev. I think he's starting to switch it up a little bit, Carrick.
Very smart to go after the body and not just the head. That'll lower the arms a little bit, make it that much harder to land to the head. Maningat employing his guard defensively with the foot and the hip. Not seeing any offense from him at all now. The volume of shots coming in is simply too many. Almabaev just ripping those punches down.
It'll be interesting to see what Kenneth Meninga tries to do from this position. I think a little bit of fatigue might be setting in. This is unquestionably the highest level opponent he has ever faced. And with that brings the highest level offense he has ever faced.
And the need, of course, to scramble like he never has before to keep himself as safe as possible. Potential little cut on the head already. The difference in speed, the difference in power when you're on the top and your name is Asu Almabaev as opposed to being on the bottom is very startling to watch.
And he's doing just enough. It's constant motion. It's enough to keep himself honest in the eyes of the referee so he doesn't get stood up.
I don't think there's any fear of a stand-up here right now.
Not at all.
Keeping his opponent almost entirely on the defensive, attacking the body, attacking the head, returning to a safe spot. Maniga has got a foot on the hip, trying to make some distance potentially to push his opponent back to stand up. But those brilliant hips of Zulfikar popped right by that foot.
May take the back.
There's one hook in, Brave Nation.
Trying to work that other hook. There it is.
Second hook's in, Brave Nation.
Pound
Choke is in, Brave Nation.
Bicep kick.
And that's it.
Wow.
It is over. Submission win for Zulfikar. Brave Combat Federation has scoured the world, looking for regions with talent that weren't recognized, looking for nations with talent that's not recognized. Central Asia, hotbed of talent. Kazakhstan, amazing talent there, as we're seeing right here. And I have to add, Kenneth Smooth Maningat took that fight on short notice, fought very well defensively, gave it everything he had. It wasn't enough, as we're watching unfold right here. That forearm is underneath the chin. Both hooks are in. There is only two options here: nap and tap. Kenneth Smooth took the smart one. He tapped to that choke. He's going to be back in the gym on Monday with his coach, the great Rolando D. We're going to see Kenneth Smooth again in the Brave Combat Federation cage. I guarantee it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referees, Lisa wants to post a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the second round. Declaring the winner by rear naked choke, Asu Almabaev!
Here we go, Brave Nation! This next bout is 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 21 wins and 10 losses. He stands 163 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 56.7 kilograms. Representing TriStar and Method MMA and fighting out of the USA, please welcome Zach Fun Size Markovsky. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 15 wins and 2 losses. He stands 165 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57.15 kilograms. Representing Dar Team and fighting out of Almaty, Kazakhstan, please welcome Asu Zulfikar Almabaev. Your referee is a vanilla gorilla, Aaron Wallace.
Opponent up against the fence. That's Zach Markovsky's job right now. He's got to try to control his opponent.
Zach Markovsky, an outstanding wrestler in his high school and collegiate days at Bethlehem Catholic High School and Drexel University, respectively. Big, heavy inside leg kick. Southpaw versus Orthodox adds another interesting wrinkle to this fight.
Brave Nation, for those of you who aren't aware of how to deal with a southpaw and vice versa. There's a struggle going on right now for whose foot is on the outside of whose foot. Both these players want to see their foot on the outside of the other. That lines them up for a lot of attacks and gives them a lot of protection.
It'll be interesting to see the first grappling exchange, the first clinch that happens between these two fighters. Again, Makovsky being a southpaw, it offers so many different entries into takedowns. The often orthodox fighters, just nice shot with the rear left from Makovsky. He's keeping that guard very high.
And that, Brave Nation, is exactly why you want to have your foot on the outside of your opponent's foot. When your foot's on the outside of that foot, that straight is right there.
Zulfikar doing a good job to work laterally away from that left power hand of Makovsky.
Makovsky maybe trying to set up a big left hand here. That kick certainly would be a good precursor to it. Gets your opponent's attention away, and then you throw that hand.
If you enjoy intelligent, cerebral fighters, Zach Makovsky is just a joy to watch. Almabaev, of course, has left a trail of destruction in his way. 11-fight win streak. Last fight dominated Imran Magramov by unanimous decision at Bria 57 here in Bahrain.
Again, Phil, Makovsky doing a lot to try and set up that big left hand, either coming straight down the pike or over the top.
Big overhand swing from Asu Almabaev. Asu Almabaev is used to having the upper hand when it comes to the grappling exchanges in many of his fights. May not get it just as easy with Makovsky. Fair to say, potentially the biggest test of his career so far.
No question in my mind, Phil.
Again, both these fighters are acutely aware of one another's skills and strengths. Makovsky, a master of downloading the data. Keeping that rear hand very, very high, almost as if anticipating a head kick or a high kick.
It also gets that hand, Phil, that much closer to the opponent, as you saw right there.
That is a gorgeous, just a piston of a left hand. Oh, that's a beautiful spinning kick to the body.
Good strategy by Almabaev. When something happens to him he doesn't like, he tries to do it right back.
Makovsky momentarily threatened with the takedown. Just gave a little bit of a look down. 2 in a row with a spinning back kick.
Visible red marks on Makovsky's body from where those 2 beautiful spinning back kicks landed.
Oh, beautiful. Straight to the body. You heard.
Same thing back, Phil. When something bad happens to you, you do it right back to him.
Such a tense chess match going down right now. Both these fighters so dangerous. Makovsky with the shot, forcing Almabaev against the cage, and on a single perhaps.
Switch, double to the single. May look for a high crutch. Nope, bring it up to standing. Worked a little knee in there.
Good work from Almabaev to now force Makovsky against the cage, but again, all about the wizard. Nice short elbow from Makovsky. Carrick, I don't know about you, but I'm loving this fight so far.
Excellent fight so far. Looking to see how Makovsky is going to get out of this. He's likely to do it strategically. Hands are together, Phil. When those hands come together, a takedown is inevitable.
That is absolutely huge for Almabaev to take down Zach Makovsky.
Monster moment I did not expect to see. I did not expect to see Fun Size take a ride on Kazakhstan Airways.
But what he did so intelligently was not just score the takedown, but bring the... Oh! Behave yourself, Zach Makovsky!
Technique of the night so far. Absolutely beautiful. Sweep attempt one way, took the momentum the other way. Short time now in top
Takes
mount.
the back.
And reversed again.
This is amazing stuff. Makovsky quick as a whip it, but Almabaev finishes the round on top.
Woo! Huge moment, Phil, that Asu Almabaev was allowed to take Zach Makovsky down. However, it's hard to take somebody down in mixed martial arts. It's tougher to keep him there. Instead of keeping him, he saw the positions get reversed. I don't know psychologically whether he was fully confident at the end of that round.
There's a nice straight shot from Zach Makovsky. Again, very difficult round to score. There was the takedown, the momentary time and top position from Almabaev. He landed some nice spinning back kicks, but Makovsky landed some nice left hands. This is the takedown. Right into the open forum of the mat. Mercy me, I enjoyed it. Those exchanges on the ground.
Man, fight, watch this, deep attempt.
Oh! Away on.
The good news is, Phil, we are just about to get more live action from Zach Fun-Size Makovsky and Asu Almabaev.
Such an intriguing chess match unfolding in front of us. These two guys are nice question mark kick from Almabaev, but these two guys are showing just how intelligent, just how high your IQ, your fight IQ needs to be to compete at the highest level.
You know, when we reference fighters as being a jiu-jitsu fighter or a folk-style wrestling-based fighter, it doesn't mean that's all they can do. They can do everything, and very, very well. It's just a little bit of a flavor in the meal.
That's a wonderful analogy, Carrick. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Well done. Big swing over the top from Makovsky. Makovsky's just, face doesn't change at all throughout the course of a fight. He is just so steadfast and focused. But he has more than his hands full with Asu Almabaev. Just shy of the outcome. Big takedown from Makovsky.
Snatch double.
Again in the open forum of the mat. Makovsky showing his veteran savvy by solidifying the position. Almabaev, great job to get to his feet.
Almabaev now wants to get a takedown back. He wants to prove he can do it too.
Shoulder bump. Nice bicep control being exhibited here. Has the whizzer and the bicep control.
Head positioning was better on the part of Zach Fun-Size Makovsky. Almabaev, I think, wisely separates.
Back and forth. I love seeing two fighters who are just so evenly matched. And again, what a showcase for the flyweight division here in Brave. Another takedown from Almabaev, but Makovsky right back up.
Makovsky up, he's likely to turn the hard point of his hips right underneath the hand, try and turn that wrist a little bit, get control of one of them, spin around.
Not a position Makovsky wants to find himself in. Almabaev has the body lock.
Single hook in, may try and look for a broom sweep takedown.
Makovsky able to give it the full Taylor Swift and shake it off. Nice little back elbow.
Fun-Size, tried a fun little elbow from standing to the back.
Shades of Roger Huerta back in the day. Oh, huge takedown from Almabaev.
Nasty, nasty takedown.
Makovsky
looking for a guillotine.
Trying to get in on it.
He's got a front headlock now. He is a master of this position, and Asu Almabaev is a master of getting out of it.
I'm loving everything about this fight. So strategic. Almabaev shaking out the arms momentarily there. Oh, I think a little bit of a slip there. I don't know if that was moisture on the mat or if his knee potentially buckled. Knee doesn't seem to be causing an impediment in his movement.
Almabaev has thrown several front kicks, some of which landed. One of the issues with front kicking somebody is it gets water on your foot, that water gets transferred down to the mat. Likely that's what we saw happen there.
Oh, catches the kick, takedown from Makovsky. Oh, nice work from Almabaev trying to use a butterfly hook, but the front headlock here from Makovsky may try and work for the guillotine.
I gotta say, Phil, fantastic performance from Almabaev, from Zulfikar for getting out of those front headlocks. And again, when something happens to him, he's determined to do it right straight back. It is that mentality. Anything you can do, I can do much better. I'm the toughest.
Both men have exchanged that front headlock position, and it's very, very difficult to separate them, Kirk. Again, Almabaev takes the back. Makovsky turns in. Didn't want to get taken for a ride like last time. Coming up to 30 seconds left in the second round. A takedown for either man here could clinch the rounds.
You see the hands together, they're moving down now. Brave Nation, when the hands lock together underneath the hips or even above it, a takedown is near inevitable.
Makovsky momentarily down, but gets right back to his feet.
Very smart to throw a couple of little shots from there.
A roll from Zach Makovsky,
And
rascal!
up and mount!
Absolute rascal behavior from Makovsky. Fantastic second round.
I have no idea. Genuinely no idea, but I want to see that closing aspect of the round again. Just the situational
Here
awareness.
it is right here. There's the shot. There was almost the reversal, and he's standing back up. We're getting a second look at it from a second angle.
That situational awareness from Makovsky is fantastic against someone who is unquestionably dangerous in Asu Almabaev. Third round, pick him. I don't know. I just don't know.
Bill, I don't know. You don't know. The judges don't know because they only know what they've done. Not what the other judges have done. These corners don't know. All they know is to tell their fighters to go out there and win this round. Zach Makovsky knows what he has to do to win the round. Asu Almabaev knows what he's got to do. There's going to be a massive attempt at the imposition of will in the next 5 minutes.
I'm enjoying this fight so much, I have to remind myself to commentate because I could happily just watch it unfold.
Their eyes locked. There's a little nod. It was over that. They're going to touch hands. And there is no more love in these gloves until it's over.
And it ain't over until it's over. On any other cliche you want to throw into the mix.
Makovsky's got his chin way down, hand way high, marshaling his resources, and trying to land that big straight left or the big overhand left.
Oh, nice jab to hook from Makovsky. Opening up a little bit more with the boxing in the third and final round.
This style, Phil, may be familiar to you from another great wrestler, Dan Henderson. Was able to carry it well into his older years. The style does not require a whole ton of energy.
Dan Henderson, I've heard of him. Makovsky momentarily thought about charging forward. And again, he's doing some great work to the body.
He is. This is how the old dog beats the young dogs. Expend your energy carefully. Get yourself in position to land a big shot and land it.
Potentially investing in the body with the intention of then going up high. Nice sprawl from Zach Makovsky.
Those are beautiful hips.
There's very few other sports you can say that. Those are beautiful hips.
You might be able to say it in beach volleyball, but those are beautiful hips. We just saw in the Brave Combat Federation cage.
A master of the decision is Zach Makovsky. Knows exactly what he needs to do. Beautiful MMA IQ. 13 of his 21 professional victories have come by way of decision.
Now, very, very intelligently, Zach Makovsky is throwing tiny little shots, a little knee to the leg, little stomp, little body shot, because those count on the judges' scorecards. If you simply push somebody up against the wall, it's wall install, but you add those little shots to the mix, and it makes all the difference.
Love those little shoulder bumps. Can never be accused of doing nothing. Spinning back fist attempt from Almabaev. Takedown denied. Again. Fight taking place against
the cage. Midway point of the third and final round, Carrick.
Zulfikar needs to get busy from here. He's actually the one who's eating shots. There he goes. He's got to do a little bit more of that. He used to count in mixed martial arts. You got somebody, you took him down, you pushed him up against the fence, you wall and stall, you lay and pray. People thought it was winning. Under the refined understandings of the unified rules of mixed martial arts, doesn't count for so much. We got to see some attempt at impact.
Again, straight left from Makovsky, landed on the chest of Almabaev. And I'd say this is maybe the clearest round so far, because rounds 1 and 2 were about as clear as mud. But so far, Makovsky's the busier fighter in round 3 here.
Brave Nation, you can't look at who throws the most shots. One fighter can throw 20 shots, the other fighter throws 2, but if the 2 land, the fighter who threw only 2 shots lands. Right now, that's Zach Makovsky. He is landing more leather.
Makovsky being pushed incrementally against the cage, but every time circles off brilliantly.
Makovsky's going to try and land that straight left hand again. He's setting it up with a low kick. He may feint a jab.
Less than 60 seconds to go in the third and final round, and as I said, this is the only round that you could make the definitive compelling argument for either fighter. Almabaev throwing a little bit wild.
Zach Makovsky trying to set up something spectacular. He knows with something like a jump knee, even if it lands in the chest, he's cinched this round.
Spinning back kick, and that's the problem sometimes with throwing the spinning back kick. If you're too close, you can give up your back. But credit to Almabaev for throwing it in the first place.
Short time, Brave Nation. We're down to 10 seconds.
Nice kick to the body from Almabaev. What a fight!
Absolutely phenomenal fight. The Red Combat Federation cage. Two fighters embrace. that master sheet has been handed off to the Roaring Lion, and he's just about to tell us what's going on.
All right, Brave Nation, another incredible war inside the Brave Cage. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores about 29-28, Makovsky. Your second judge scores about 29-28, Almabaev. And your third judge scores about 29-28, your winner by split decision. Out of the red corner, Asu Almabaev. This next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a perfect professional record of 4 wins and no losses. He stands 165 centimeters tall and weighs already 57.1 kilograms. Representing Universal Fighter and fighting out of Baku, Azerbaijan, please welcome Imran and his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 14 wins and 2 losses. He stands 165 centimeters tall and weighs already 57.1 kilograms. Representing Dar team and fighting out of Almaty, Kazakhstan, please welcome Asu Almabaev. Your referee is the Bandit, Decky Luckett.
Big thanks to B1, our medical team partner. World-class medical services available from B1.
Cage is locked, fighters are loaded, we are ready to go. Final bout tonight of our preliminary card, and the action has been incredible thus far, setting us up beautifully for those 3 World Championship title bouts.
This is the final fight on the preliminary portion of the card.
Almabaev opening up with the spin, and on the takedown, diving on the neck. A little bit of impetuous there, trying to jump guard.
Absolutely beautiful head positioning, was a little bit hard to see. It looked like there was a guillotine there, but there wasn't even anything remotely close to the guillotine because of that perfect head positioning on that snatch double leg.
Asu Almabaev's strength really lies in his grappling and his flair for the submission finish. Isn't afraid to throw big shots standing from unorthodox positions, as we saw with that spinning kick.
Almabaev needs to get busier. He's actually losing this little striking battle. Takedowns do not count for much in mixed martial arts unless you cause some impact with strikes, pass to further position, go for a submission. So far, we're actually seeing more strikes from bottom. Almabaev needs to turn it up.
Trying to roll those hands inside is Almabaev to get them free and land his strikes. Both guys just fighting for position, exchanging grips and underhooks. Needs to be wary of the armbar. Looked like he was trying to bring the arm across there just to isolate it.
Almabaev starting to bring it. Starting to bring it.
If Magaramov is to get any kind of offensive work done, he needs to open up that guard and try and create angles for himself.
Oh, legs went up, maybe for an armbar momentarily there, possibly a triangle.
Did look earlier like he was trying to work for the armbar, but the guard was closed. That's a nice shot from Almabaev. As you rightly said, Kirik Almabaev is the #1 ranked professional flyweight in Kazakhstan and the #1 ranked professional flyweight in all of Central Asia. Open guard here from
Magaramov. Oh, looks like he's trying to creep that guard up to try and secure something, but solid positional grappling and almost stubbornness from Almabaev in this position.
Working those legs up after the midpoint of the first round gets a little bit difficult. Body gets very slick with sweat. Hard to secure a grip of the legs high up on the body. Decky Larkin may want to see a little bit more from the fighters fairly soon.
Almabaev doing a good job of just completely stalling and halting any kind of progressive offense.
There it was. Decky wants to see action. If he doesn't see it in fairly short order, something around 10 more seconds or so, he will stand him up, and we got a little bit of action. Legs were moving up.
Decky Larkin trying to give the fighters every opportunity to get their work done. 90 seconds to go in the first round here. Almabaev starting to open up a little bit more with the shots, but right now in top position as far as he's concerned, and potentially the judges are concerned, he's winning the fight, so he doesn't need to take any unnecessary risks.
Magaramov throwing those heel kicks from bottom that were prohibited under the unified rules of mixed martial arts for many, many years, now have been brought back. They were first brought to attention by none other than Royce Gracie in UFC 1.
Clumping down on the head was Magaramov. A little bit of a frustrating round from Magaramov on the bottom. Hasn't really been able to get any of his offense working just yet.
Definitely increase in the power coming from top and bottom.
And perhaps, as I said during the walkout, Magaramov known for his expressive, dynamic style of striking. Maybe Asu Almabaev has seen that, or his coaches have seen that and thought, well, let's take away his biggest weapon, which is his flashy kicks and his spinning attacks.
Further, staying on your back and getting slowly hit over and over and over again. Much easier to do from top than on bottom. Clearly is going to debilitate the top fighter more. Seconds away from the round ending. There it is.
There you go. Solid, if not particularly eventful round for Asu Almabaev, who was able to completely and systematically shut down any offense of Imran Magaramov.
Clear 10-9 round for Asu Almabaev.
It was probably the biggest mistake of the round from Imran was trying to jump on that guillotine. And Carrick, if you're in the corner right now of Magaramov, what are you saying to him leading into the second round?
Circle. It's that simple. He can't come straight at his opponent, or he's going to get clinched, pushed up against the fence and taken down, or the opponent's simply going to level change and take him down, as you saw right there. Thank you, Green Hill, for that terrific replay. There is the jump to guard. The forearm was not in position. That left elbow needs to be quite a bit lower for the opponent to be in danger from that guillotine choke. There was literally zero danger because of the perfect head positioning showed by Asu Almabaev.
And transversely, if you're in the corner of Asu Almabaev, are you just saying to him, lather, rinse, repeat, more of the same, or are you telling him to up the tenacity, the frequency, the work rate?
The corner says lather, rinse, repeat, but put the spin cycle on a little bit higher. Just do everything a little bit harder, a little bit more viciously if you would.
Spinning attack from Magaramov, replied by Asu Almabaev.
I do love it when that happens in mixed martial arts, Phil. Somebody tries something real cool, other fighter says, yeah, I can do that too. Just watch.
Almabaev now stalking, perhaps trying to pressure and clinch against the cage. Try to spin an attack, but Magaramov done well just to evade it, stepping into the side. There's another spinning attack from Magaramov.
And again, answered, and the double. Is it going to work? Brave Nation, is this takedown going to work?
Oh, there it is.
Asked, answered, yes it is.
It was almost like watching something tragic happen in slow motion. You knew it was going to happen. You could just see the pain etched across the face of Imran Magaramov because he knew it was happening.
It's the first takedown you learn in jiu-jitsu. Secure that body lock right above the hip. pull the hips in close, walk them backwards, drive them down. But basics win fights.
Solid wrist control by Almabaev there. Maybe looking to pass that arm underneath. Nope. Magaramov gets it free. And again, shades of the first round. Quick exchange on the feet and back to where the first round played out.
There's a little debate in mixed martial arts. It used to be when you took somebody down, you wanted to push their head up against the fence because it shut down their grappling game so much. Then wall walking attempts, methods to scoot your body up were developed, pushing against the cage, and now it's a little bit more of a debate. I would say the majority of fighters actually want to do what you saw Almabaev do here, which is pull the fighter off the cage, but now he's driving him right back against it. He's going to try and drive that head up hard against the fence. It means the opponent can move less, and it means any attacks that come are going to be able to come from one side only.
Almabaev definitely has the cardio to sustain this type of a grinding approach. Has gone 5 rounds before in his professional career against Canadian veteran Chris Kalidzis back in October of 2019.
Nice solid shot to the body, then the head. It's a very good basic ground and pound strategy in mixed martial arts. When you take somebody down, they're expecting to get hit in the head. If you hit that head first, it's what they expect, so you whack them in the body, feel that elbow come down just a little bit, then you hit the head.
Close guard now for Magaramov, and as we said in the first round, in order to be offensive, he needs to open that guard, get a foot on the hip, try and create angles for himself, dig in.
Decky Larkins, I believe, shortly going to want to see just a little bit more than he's seeing.
He needs to square the hips a little bit more as Almabaev does so, just incrementally keeping himself safe.
Nice, nasty little elbows from bottom by Magaramov.
Pushing off against the cage, trying to bring Almabaev into the more open forum of the mat. "90 seconds to go in the second round here."
It often looks on television like these shots are all pity pats, but I promise you some of these are very painful, particularly the elbows that we've seen, particularly from bottom. There's a couple of nasty little elbows coming both directions. It doesn't have the same visual excitement of a spinning back fist, but it hurts.
This time, Almabaev trying to dig that arm. He did. He got that underneath the back, and he's controlling it, exposing the head of Magaramov. Just has that arm pinned under his back.
Magaramov, even with one arm, is doing an excellent job of defense. Very, very impressive jiu-jitsu here.
Oh, eats a big shot for his trouble there. Fans in the arena getting a little bit restless.
The fans are not impressed. They want to see a little bit more action.
But like I say, Almabaev's winning this fight. He's doing just enough to keep himself in this position to prevent referee Decky Larkin from standing them up. And the impetus now really lies with Magaramov to do something to change the position.
One thing to understand, Brave Nation, is when those feet are crossed, when that guard is closed, it is almost entirely, purely a defensive position. In mixed martial arts, it scores nothing. You want to see the fighter open those feet, put a foot in the hips, create some distance, stand up, try a sweep, try a back take, try a submission, throw some strikes. Asu Almabaev clearly ahead, 20-18.
Both fighters exchanging spinning attacks early. Again, leading into that slow, almost slow motion takedown from Asu Almabaev.
My only regret in this fight so far, Phil, is that I know the extent, the depth, the beauty of Asu Almabaev's entire skill set. I would love for Brave Combat Federation fans, for Brave Nation to get to experience it right now. They have seen far from all that he's got.
A little bit of urgency has to creep in from Imran Magaramov. As you say, Kirik, he needs to maintain as much distance as he can. Stay on his bike, circle, circle, circle. Cannot let Asu Almabaev get close distance clinch and takedown.
He hasn't shown any ability to even come close to standing once he's been taken down. That's happened for 2 rounds. I have every reason to believe it would happen in the 3rd round.
Double spinning back kick, but again, results in the mistake by Magaramov.
This is mixed martial arts. You do not want to play to your other opponent's strength. You do not want to play a grappling game if that's not your game.
Yeah, it's very intelligent game planning. It may not necessarily be that exciting to the uninitiated, to people who are more interested in seeing a stand-up back and forth, but you have to appreciate the MMA intellect, the IQ of the game plan of Asu Almabaev.
Absolutely. If I had to sum this game up in a single word, it would be this one: winning. What you're seeing here is a fighter winning very, very handily.
And the history books will never say beside the W if it was a pretty win or an ugly win. All they will say is it's a W.
And we are definitely seeing a W here literally every minute of every round thus far.
What more can Magaramov do in this position to get himself some kind of offense, to get himself back into the fight? Because we know he needs to finish to get a win.
The very simplest thing you can do, Phil, is first open those feet. With the feet closed, there's very, very, very little that you can do from bottom. Once those feet are open, slide the heel in tight on the hip, pull the opponent in, and when you feel a little bit backward movement, explode away, kick away, pop up to standing, back to where you want to be.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the feet on the hips of Almabaev yet from Magaramov.
The great, little stand up here. Very good call from the bandit, Decky Larkin.
Decky Larkin just became the most popular man in the arena after that stand up.
Back's too close to the wall. Magaramov has his back too close to that cage. When his opponent closes, he's not going to have the distance he needs to escape.
He's not implementing enough lateral movement for my liking. Just showing the jumping knee, and again just shy with that spinning attack, and it's the definition of insanity, Kirik. Doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting a different outcome. So to keep throwing that spinning back kick when you know that Almabaev is just going to step to the side, step in, clinch, and take down, is it perhaps a bit of naivety on the part of a fighter who's only had 4 fights, as opposed to the guy he's facing who has 16 professional bouts?
I think it is a bit. If you commit everything you've got to, say, a straight right hand, probably the single highest way to win a bout, most common way to win a bout in this sport, it might make some sense. But something like a spinning kick to the body that has won fights in just a handful of time in the last 10 years or so, it's not the best advised choice. And now we're seeing an advancement from inside guard to top mount. This is classically the most devastating position in mixed martial arts. Of course, gets even worse if you can force the opponent to turn over. Jump back to side control now, trying to trap an arm, maybe looking for a choke. Arm isolation could also lead to a submission on the shoulder.
Almabaev really starting to up the output now in the half guard position, flattening out the back of Imram. But again, it's just very, very, very smart wrestling and cage control from Almabaev.
Almabaev very briefly trapped, and he's trying it again. He's trying to control that arm of Magaramov.
And it may not necessarily be an exciting performance, but Almabaev's under no obligation to make it an exciting fight. His duty and his main purpose is to get in there and get the win, and that's exactly what he's doing.
He is absolutely giving the fans a dominant performance here.
Coming up to the final 30 seconds.
Magaramov had a little opportunity to scramble up to standing, didn't fully take advantage of it.
Do you think fatigue might have been a factor in that?
I think, Phil, that it may have been surprise. came out of nowhere just a little bit. There was a little scramble. Didn't realize until a split second too late that the opportunity was there. Wasn't able to capitalize. Didn't want to get his guard past. So fell back, accepted his opponent, moved into guard.
Final 10 seconds of what has been an incredibly dominant performance from Asu Almabaev. I would love to see the numbers to see just how much time Almabaev spent on top control there.
There are actually some there is some MMA statistics technology out there that would help you and I, Phil. Brave is looking into it. Here's another little bit of technology, courtesy of Green Hill, instant replay.
Again, just dominant, smothering, suffocating wrestling from mixed martial arts. Transitions to the back, big dump takedown, and from there it was workmanlike, it was effective, and it got the job done.
And again, things like that elbow to the rib on television, it may look like it's not very, very hard, but it does hurt. There was that little scramble. And once again, a return to a very familiar position in this bout, the guard.
A very valuable learning experience for Imran Magaramov. When he goes back and he watches this fight, which I'm sure he inevitably will, he'll be thinking to himself, why did I continue to throw that spinning back kick?
He also showed a very impressive ability to defend himself from the guard. That is the purpose of the guard, to defend yourself against a bigger, faster, stronger opponent. He did that, but what he lacked from that guard was opening the feet up and trying to, he's got a half dozen basic options, can try and stand, can try an arm drag and take the back, submit, strike. Didn't do any of that, and Carlos is now going to give us the result of the choices he made.
All right, Brave Nation, after 3 great rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges scored about 30-27 for unanimous decision victory. Out of the red corner, Asu Almabaev! All right, Brave Nation. This next incredible battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 10 wins and 2 losses. He stands 168 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57.05 kilograms. Representing Arum Kiev and fighting out of Ukraine, please welcome Alexander Dos Calcio. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 12 wins and 2 losses. He stands 165 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 57 kilograms. Representing Dar Team and fighting out of Almaty, Kazakhstan. Give it up for Asu Almabaev.
I tell you what, Kirk, no one does it like Carlos Kramer. Could get you buzzed for some. If he was reading the phone book, I'd be getting jazzed. He's TBE. Fight kicking off here. Partisan crowd, very much in favor of Asu Almabaev, but as you say, that's the kind of challenge that Alexander Dos Calcio thrives on. The first takedown will be absolutely pivotal in this fight in very much the same way the first takedown defense
could be absolutely pivotal. Short break in the action. A little bit of moisture on the canvas, I think. Referee calling for
fighter health and safety first always in Brave Combat Federation. Now, I was talking about the pressure that Doskalchuk was facing coming in. Almabaev, of course, fighting in front of a hometown crowd, defending the honor of his nation. He's under a lot of pressure too. And what did he do? He walked into the cage with a big, huge smile on his face.
There's a young man that just loves to fight. And as a veteran of 14 fights, so pressure makes diamonds, and that young man is an absolute diamond. Can he turn the performance into a diamond? Absolute. Easier said than done when you have Alexander Doskalchuk waging forward, but it's a big shot from Almabaev. This is without doubt the most aggressive Alexander Doskalchuk we've seen, changing levels with that lead hand. Lands a big one too right in the middle.
Doskalchuk is herky and jerky, and now he's hitting a double.
Herky and jerky and going to worky on a takedown. Needs to be wary of that neck. As we've seen, the Ottoman guillotine is notoriously more difficult to finish.
Mixed martial arts, of course, is in a constant state of evolution. That Armin guillotine came in about 15 years ago.
Oh, and he's gone.
Look at it.
Oh, he's gone all in on it. You just wonder how much does he give to the guillotine at this stage when we're only 90 seconds into the very first round. Does he put everything into it in an attempt to get the finish at the risk of burning his arms out?
He works this technique a little bit. He tries to pop to his side. He's still rolling that side down just a little bit.
Look how calm Doskalchuk is in that situation. You can't quite see if he's got the other hand in, got that S grip on the arms, but he's popping the head out. That's huge for Doskalchuk. They look to try and get the Dagestani handcuff in this position and unload some serious ground and pound.
Almabaev apparently looking to set up a submission. He's got a little bit of a knee shield, foot in the hip. Deep underhooks. Doing a good job of protecting himself almost completely while setting up a variety of attacks.
Doskalchuk hasn't fought since November of 2018, but does not look like he's missed a step whatsoever, Kurt.
How much ring rust do I see here? None.
Absolute cardio machine, as we say, accustomed to going 5-minute rounds. That's the championship caliber that this guy has. And right now, just putting the pressure on Asu Almabaev.
Phil, I gotta say, I believe Doskalchuk's approach to the potential for ring rust was brilliant. He decided to just attack. Maybe his defenses aren't quite as good, maybe his reflexes aren't quite what he wants them to be, but his attacks sure were.
But when you know your cardio is at that level consistently, when you know you've done everything you can and everything you need to do in the gym, that gives you the confidence to really put the pressure on your opponent, because you know it's a sustained attack over the course of 3 rounds.
Sure does, and that's what we're seeing here is an absolutely relentless, sustained attack.
Good work by Almabaev to get back to his feet, or to a foot, we should say, at this stage. Doskalchuk has said in the lead up to this fight that he always plans to win on points, and in doing so ensures that his cardio is the best it can be.
Doskalchuk threw a knee a little while ago. He'd be wise to do 1 or 2 more in these exchanges. Just 1 or 2 shots, if they land, can play hugely in your favor on the judges' scorecards.
Fantastic work from Almabaev to create that separation. Wasn't far away with the knee.
And he wants to get him back. So you're going to take me now? Nope, I'm going to take you now.
Oh, beautiful takedown by Almabaev. Lesser fighters would have given up on it.
Oh, I'm running this Kazakh mentality.
Oh, takes the back.
Whatever you can do, I can do better.
Is he underneath the chin? We can't quite see. No, it's just on the chin. Hand fighting going on here from both men. Oh, these Kazakh fighters are made of something very, very different. Absolutely terrifying in their approach. Doskalchuk trying to do the right thing by turning into his opponent. Asu Almabaev needs to be careful not to cross the legs here. There is a submission, a scissor submission available. And he's trying to triangle the legs. One of the feet pops out.
Huge hip pressure from Almabaev. Brave Nation has multiple attacks going on here. The legs were holding the hips were pushing forward, and there was a threatened choke. Absolutely phenomenal performance from both fighters.
Absolutely, Asu Almabaev. What a first round of fighting. When it looked like it was all Alexander Doskalchuk, Asu Almabaev pops right back up, scores a takedown of his own, and nearly gets in with a rear naked choke. This card has been absolutely bananas.
I'm looking very carefully at the corners, Phil, and I'd have to say Doskalchuk looks a little more shook, for lack of a better term.
I don't think he was expecting the second portion of the round to unfold as it did.
I have to be frank, I'm not sure I was either, but it unfolded as it did. It was an absolutely brilliant performance from Zulfikar. Zulfikar gathering himself, readying his storm.
Second round ready to go, just closing the cage door. And
Doskalchuk still breathing a little heavy.
The end of that first round completely changed the complexion and ebb and flow of the fight going into the second round. And now it's Almabaev being the one to change levels up and down, and on the takedown again.
What a phenomenal entry!
The distance he can cover in those takedowns is incredible.
And that timing is exquisite.
Oh, he's got one hook in, wants to take the back again. This would be another huge upset if Almabaev was to get the win here tonight.
Brilliant head placement, using that head to stop the escape, and as well to block against elbows coming back, and as well to get his opponent's head where he can hit it.
And as you say, Doskalchuk looked shook.
As I said earlier, when Doskalchuk had cage control from standing, those little short knees can make a huge difference when judges are trying to decide who to give it to. Doskalchuk's got a whizzer in now, looks highly unlikely his back's going to get taken. Needs to pummel in a little bit more and try and reverse the position.
Potential for a big knee here should Almabaev choose to throw it. The body was exposed there of Doskalchuk. Nice work with the knee there. Can't quite see if he has the hands connected with the double underhooks. Landing nasty knees to the legs. And the first 2 minutes or so of this second round have been all Asu Almabaev.
They have 100%. As I said, this isn't ring rust. This is somebody who's polished. He's a polished, shining star.
Nice head control from Asu Almabaev. Just changes levels beautifully. Big takedown coming up.
Kazakhstan! There's the back take. There's a hook. Looking to get the left hook in first, and the right one will be easy.
With a vice-like grip just underneath the ribs of Doskalchuk, squeezing the life out of him. Has one hook in, and he's using that hook more so to drag to the takedown.
Could be getting close.
It's a dangerous game to play, to jump into the back take, but dragging to the mat.
It is, Phil, but these are Kazakh warriors. They are not afraid of danger. That scimitar on his back is an apt metaphor for what we're seeing.
I don't know about that, but he sure does have a nice sword on his shorts.
There it is!
Both hooks.
Both hooks are in place.
Not quite underneath the chin, but
We got some danger, Brave
he
Nation.
swings. I think he's underneath the chin. This could be it.
He's under.
That's it. This is it.
It's over. What a night for Kazakhstan!
What is in the water in Kazakhstan? These fighters are quite simply built different. The Kazakh fighters are warriors. The definition of the heart, soul, endurance, fighting warrior spirit that underpins Brave Combat Federation.
Brave Nation, Turan water, you want to buy some, because what's in the water here produces warriors. Win for Kazakhstan, win for Kazakhstan, and another win for Kazakhstan. Brave Nation, this is one of the great nights in Brave Combat Federation history. We came to a region, Central Asia. We came to a great nation, Kazakhstan. The intention was to show the world the mettle of fighters from here. And now you've seen it. Kazakhstan versus the world, and the world is losing. Officials are now working hard, writing down to a second the time of that tap out, making sure there's no question how it ended. But there is no question. There is no question about who your winner is. Asu Almabaev. His corner is now proudly showing the flag of his homeland. It's time for the gloves to come off. It's time for the celebration to begin. It's time for honoring the fighter to begin. The Roaring Lion, Carlos Kramer, has entered the Brave Combat Federation cage, and he's just about to make it official.
All right, Brave Nation, another incredible battle inside the Brave CF 53 cage. This comes to an end at 3 minutes and 47 seconds of the second round. Your winner by tap out from rear naked choke from Almaty, Kazakhstan, Asu Almabaev.